President Granger vows to eliminate piracy and first 1 million barrels of crude lifted. It's Wednesday, February 19. It's 11 days to general elections and 4 days to our Golden Jubilee Republic celebration. Thank you for joining us. Continuing on its successful record of curbing the incidences of piracy on the Corentyne River, President David Granger today said that his government will bring a complete end to the robberies at sea.
Under the previous administration, piracy on the Corentyne River was at an all-time high. Hundreds of Guyanese fishermen perished at the hands of their attackers. Speaking at a Northern Coalition rally in Corriverton on the Corentyne Tuesday evening, President Granger said it was under his government and a rigorous public security sector that the incidences have been made almost non-existent.
From the time we got in, there were so many piracy attacks. Housewives didn't know if the husband's coming back home. Fishermen didn't know if they'd see the wife again.
Understanding the gravity of the situation, the president said the government commenced a rigorous program of maritime patrols, which saw a significant decline in the crime.
We practically abolished piracy. Many of the pirates went over to Suriname, and they killed many Guyanese fishermen. And Dr. Rishi Thakur from this region, Region 6, last week presented his report, and we will implement that report. But the APNU AFC government will abolish piracy in Region 6.
President Granger said that the Regional Action Plan for Security will create a safe place in the region. The head of state said the great region with its 3 towns is a commercial powerhouse. However, like other regions and communities, it remains stagnant because of political forces. To this end, he again urged residents to change the face of the region through their votes for the coalition on March 2. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
Just in time for Guyana's Golden Jubilee anniversary, the country's first 1 million barrels of crude was transferred onto the oil tanker Cap Philippe, which was chartered by Shell Western Supply and Trading Limited. Director of Energy Dr. Mark Bino, who was on board the Liza Destiny, witnessed the transfer and deemed it a momentous occasion for Guyana.
This has been quite a momentous occasion, looking at where Guyana has come from for the last 4 years, 9 months, from the conceptualization of this project to actual fruition where we begin to see production. Guyana is having her first 1 million barrels lift, and given the fact that it's our first lift, it was important for us not only to see this dream becoming a reality, but also to bring the level of assurance to Guyanese that it's no more just a concept, it's actually a reality.
He emphasized that this does not include the 2% royalty, which would be paid on gross productions.
This 1 million is part of our profit oil allocation. It does not include the 2% royalty, which would be paid on gross production. So even though we're having a 1 million barrel lift, in this particular instance, we are also receiving 2% on all oil that is being produced. This gets us away from the perception that all Guyana is getting under this contract is 2% royalty. And I'm happy to see that Guyana is entitled to approximately 5 million barrels of oil in 2020 alone, plus the 2% royalty.
The offloading takes between 20 to 36 hours, and the process is expected to be completed on Wednesday. Earlier today, His Excellency David Granger accepted the letters of credence from the Namibian High Commissioner. The head of state reminded that Guyana and Namibia have enjoyed cordial relations since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1994.
Our countries adhere to the principles of mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty, mutual non-interference in each other's internal affairs, cooperation for mutual benefit, and the maintenance of regional peace and security. Excellency, as we have also said, our relations are evident in our collaboration within the ACP, the non-aligned movement, and the Commonwealth, and in our support for Namibia's independence during the struggle for the liberation of Southern Africa.
Namibia's High Commissioner to Guyana, His Excellency Neville Gritz, assured President Granger of his commitment to working towards strengthening diplomatic ties.
As Namibia's High Commissioner to Guyana, I will exert all my efforts to strengthen the traditional bilateral relations between our two countries and enhance the friendly ties between our two peoples that have been existing since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1994. Namibia attaches great importance to the cordial relations which exist between our two countries. It is not a relationship of convenience, but one that is based on the firm foundation of brotherhood and of Guyana's unwavering support and solidarity to the Namibian cause for national liberation.
President Granger welcomed High Commissioner Gritz to Guyana and assured his administration's full cooperation.
It's 1 minute to 9 right now in Guyana.
Very good day to you. Good morning. Good day, Bartika.
The coalition government remains committed to freedom of information. From 2015 to date, government has commissioned several community radio stations: Radio Lethem, Radio Mabaruma, Radio Madia, Radio Bartika, Radio Oriala, Radio Aishalton, and Radio Essequibo. Since coming into office, President David Granger has made it clear that it is the right of every Guyanese, regardless of their geographic location, to access public services, particularly public information.
President David Granger says media professionals remain a priority of his government. He was speaking at the commissioning of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation's refurbished staff quarters.
The president noted that the achievement of a list of health targets and goals is dependent on the quality of public health personnel. He added that the rehabilitation of the staff quarters lends to more efficient and effective service delivery from doctors and other key personnel.
Doctors, as the profession demands, work on call, and it is always desirable if they can reside somewhere where they will be able to respond more quickly to their calls. The staff quarters, which we are rededicating today, are just a short distance away from the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. And it will make it easier for doctors maybe to jog to work or to respond more quickly to emergencies.
The facility was rehabilitated at a cost of $282 million, being upgraded from a 19-apartment to a 41-apartment facility. The rehabilitation commenced in 2017 after the GPHC administration saw it fitting to have work done on the building, which was in dire need of repairs after doctors were told to vacate in 2012.
I am delighted that this project has been finally realized. And I am quite certain that with the now spanking apartment building, facilitating ample placement and accommodation for our staff and also for the members of our Cuban brigade, the Ministry of Public Health and the citizens of Guyana can look forward to the optimizing of services in Georgetown and its environs.
Having such a facility rehabilitated will now result in at least $20 million being saved annually by the corporation, which is usually incurred for rental and accommodation for staff. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
When the news returns, City Hall Restoration Fund fully launched and Evening of National Songs, Other Cultural Pieces hosted at the National Cultural Center. Details of these and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. A trust fund for the restoration of City Hall was officially launched by the Georgetown Mayor and City Council earlier today.
The cost to renovate the iconic edifice is estimated at almost $1 billion. Mayor of Georgetown, His Worship Ubaj Narain, said a special committee was started to assist in the setting up and management of the trust fund, and after numerous deliberations, he is extremely happy that the launch finally came to reality.
It is something that bleeds my heart to see that one of our historic buildings is falling apart. And I believe that this is the way all of us, not the mayor, the councillors, administration, alone can do it. I call on the private sector, civil society, the chambers of commerce, businesses, in the international community. I call upon every Guyanese here and abroad to play the role to save City Hall building.
The European Union had previously contributed some $60 million for the financing of the project's feasibility study. Ambassador of the delegation for the Union, His Excellency Pons Canto, pledged his continued support towards assisting the municipality.
This initial work was done. I'm very happy about that. But this was already done some time ago. And I think I want to say today very clearly that it is very urgent that the conclusions of the study are implemented. And once again, I'm very happy and grateful, Mr. Mayor, that you and your team have organized this meeting today, this event, and this collection of funds. It is essential that others also do their share.
At the launch, approximately $5.2 million was pledged, with Impressions being the largest donor. For persons interested in contributing towards the renovation project, monies can be deposited into the Demerara Bank account 4023313. For InfoHub, I am Kellon Rover.
The quarterly meeting of the Maternal and Child Health Unit's expansion program on immunization got underway today at the Duke Lodge in Kingston.
Speaking at the workshop, Mark Collinet, Deputy Chief of Mission at the United States Embassy, said that the United States partnership with Guyana's government delivered many achievements.
The handover of these items today is a manifestation of the important health partnership between our two governments that support clinical and non-clinical Zika services benefiting infants, children, and families throughout Guyana. Some of the notable successes of this partnership include approved ability of 104 health workers to treat children with Zika and provide psychosocial support to mothers and families affected by Zika. The revitalization of a support group for caregivers of children with developmental delays, such as those affected by Zika, and the integration of therapeutic early stimulation into public health's nursing curriculum at the University of Guyana.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Shamdir Prasad highlighted that maternal healthcare services will be offered throughout Guyana.
We need to do 2 tests in the course of the pregnancy, one early and one prior to delivery, but also that we need to improve on overall monitoring. I've set a target for at least 4 visits by each pregnant mother during the course of their antenatal care, and to ensure that during those 4 visits they have at least 2 hemoglobin tests done. All right? All over Guyana. Guyana is a large country. Everybody needs to have equal access to all that we do.
For InfoHub, Gavin Lewis.
Immediately after taking office in 2015, the coalition government significantly increased public servants' salaries by 26%. This came after many years of negligible 5% or less increases under the PPP administration. The trend continued in 2016 with a 10% increase, 9% in 2017, and 7% in 2018. In less than 5 years, the coalition government has increased the minimum wage by a whopping 77%, from $39,540 to $70,000. This represents the highest increase in minimum wage in Guyana's history. The 9% average increases for 2020 resulted in public servants doubling their take-home salary for the Christmas season and retaining more permanently on their paychecks.
An evening of national songs, poetry, stories, and dance showcased the country's rich culture and history in commemoration of the upcoming 50th Republic anniversary.
I am grateful every day for the wind that brought me here from me, the Queen of Masha.
Held at the National Cultural Center on Tuesday evening, the event was made possible through a collaborative effort between the Department of Culture, Dr. Robert G. Reynolds, and Derry Atkins. Patron of the event, First Lady Sandra Granger, spoke about the happiness many persons felt when Guyana received its Republican status.
This evening's celebration of our culture reflects on the contributions of our country's original inhabitants, our indigenous people, and the other groups who came before us, our European adventurers, our enslaved Africans, our indentured African, Portuguese, Chinese, and Indian ancestors, and those who migrated later on. It celebrates the fusion of the cultures of the people who came and made Guyana whole. We celebrate our Guyanese-ness in many ways. We celebrate it in our Creole, which has been influenced by the languages of all who occupied and continue to occupy this land.
She thanked all involved for their input. As promised, the event saw the participation of teachers from the Sarah Potter College of Education Choir and the Woodside Choir. This included a powerful piano rendition of Conaima from Joycelyn Locke and a spoken word piece called Guyana We Blessed by Caroline Gilker, among others. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
As we prepare for Elections Day on March 2, if you haven't done so as yet, check to ensure your name is on the revised list of electors. Voting is your democratic right. That's all for today. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.